E siamo tornati, signore e signori, nuovo episodio. Questa volta siamo con in quella che probabilmente sarà la nuova serie ufficiale, ossia Deadly Premonition 2, che è un giochino, il seguito di un gioco molto, molto particolare che hanno rilasciato ieri notte, praticamente. Sì, ieri notte era che c'è stata la conferenza del come si chiama? Il Future Game Show, dove presentano la maggior parte di giochi indie. E era un gioco esclusivo a Switch. Per 2 anni è stato esclusivo a Switch. E ieri notte il creatore Sueri ha annunciato appunto il porting su PC, che vi avviso, l'ho avviato un po', l'ho fatto un po' andare. Come tutti i suoi giochi, tecnicamente non vanno. E anche perché chi ha giocato il primo Deadly Premonition sa, sia l'originale che tutte le altre versioni alternative. Comunque, ora lo iniziamo. 30 dicembre 2018. La Carré, città di New Orleans. Tra l'altro non ci sono manco le opzioni, quindi non si possono scalare risoluzione, text, niente, zero. Proprio un port, come se avessero portato il gioco dalla console a PC senza niente. Vabbè. A parte, sono degli scattini. Per me ne stiamo giocando come sulla Switch. Ok. Io non so niente del 2, Ho apprezzato tantissimo l'1, mi è piaciuto un botto. Il 2 lo volevo recuperare e visto che l'hanno portato su PC, quale occasione migliore per il... Madonna santa. Ah, proprio così. Me coglioni. Giustamente la devono tirare fuori da là dentro. Ok. 88 ore dopo. Massachusetts, periferia di Boston, Thompsonville.
God damn it. What a way to start the new year. At this rate, I'll be dead by Easter.
Quiet down, Agent Jones. You're on the clock.
Quiet
Posso
down.
fare solo avanti e indietro, Madonna.
You have any idea what you've done?
Cosa?
I'd be half naked in Havana right now if you hadn't shown up. Soaking up some rays, surrounded by a harem of bikini queens, a mojito in one hand, and a seafood-slathered Havana-style pizza in the other.
Vabbè, cazzato come un mostro.
What did I do to deserve this? Does God hate me?
No. The regional bureau chief merely issued a special order.
Oh,
Vai.
yeah. How could I forget?
Posso-
Special order to rob me of my well-deserved vacation.
You want pizza? I'll buy you some pizza. You can find that junk anywhere.
Whoa! Hey!
Cazzato come un mostro.
Hold on a minute. What did you just say? Pizza is not junk.
Vabbè, dovete
Pizza is a sacred food bestowed upon us by God
Ovviamente-
Himself. You need to apologize right now. This is sheer blasphemy.
Proprio modo di parlare della pizza.
Apologize to who? Pizza or God?
Ha ha! You think you're so clever. Maybe if you'd eaten pizza this morning like a decent person, you wouldn't have cut your finger.
Aia.
I only cut my finger because I couldn't find a left-handed can opener at the hotel. Normally, I would never make such an amateur mistake.
Oh, really? Well, if you want me to get into gear, then just feed me some pizza.
Ma sono le 8
Okay.
le 10 di mattina.
We must act unfaithfully and abandon our ideals again and again. We cannot advance from one period of life into another without causing these pains of treachery.
Madonna.
Nietzsche, again, please spare me before my ears start to
Ma
bleed.
non finisco più di
Ever since
parlarsi.
the moment you got here, it's been nothing but Nietzsche quotes.
The worst enemy you can meet will always be yourself.
Va bene.
I said knock it off. I prefer pizza to philosophy.
Dagliela.
Want me to dial the number for you?
Come on, Agent Jones. It's time to get serious.
Ecco.
Your 4.5 years of hard work are finally about to pay off, and all you're focused on is this nonsense?
Pizza isn't nonsense.
Ok.
Quiet.
As you wish, Mother. My lips are sealed. Happy now?
Perfetto. Vabbè, classici personaggi a Deadly Premonition e di Swery. Tutti matti in culo.
Agent Jones, don't let him take control of the conversation. The moment you let your guard down, he'll strike.
Addirittura. Ma chi è? La pistola?
And no red, remember?
Il rosso è vietato. Bella la texture comunque.
It's open. Come on in.
Ma è Francis. Agent York. Mamma mia che bello l'uno. Come sarà il gameplay qui? Nell'uno era... Mamma mia. Da quello che ho letto in giro, anche quello del 2 non è che sia meglio. Non è mai stato il punto forte di Deadly Premonition, il gameplay. Già ai tempi quando uscì. Madonna, è invecchiato male. Tra l'altro qui è anziano come nel... un cannone. Hai capito, Francis? La cicatrice che si fa nell'1. Bello. Ole. Via.
You have questions for us.
Forase perché lui ha la... Per chi non l'ha giocato, la doppia personalità.
That's why you're here, isn't it?
Francis Zack Morgan. Qua è Zack quando giochiamo, sì, dopo l'1 che prende consapevolezza di essere Zack. Molta calma sta porta, eh? Pronti? Ah, ma non posso esplorare qua dentro, ma fammi esplorare, maledetto. Vabbè. Bello il sax. Molto ordinato Zack, come sempre. Olè. Mettere a posto un pochino, la carriera. Addirittura con la videocamera.
Mr. Morgan, before we question you, allow me to first read you your rights.
Vai.
Anything you say may be used against you in a court of law. Please keep that in mind as you speak.
Ma in che senso? Perché è indagato?
Do we have permission to film this?
Alia Davis. Ok. Faci tu.
Don't worry, my fairy. They're free to do whatever they like.
Something wrong, Mr. Morgan?
No, è solo fatto di canna pesante, guarda. Sta svarionando.
I'm FBI Special Agent Aaliyah Davis. And this is...
Simon Jones. An analyst from the Boston branch. He's been monitoring us for years now.
Minchia.
Oh, hi.
Ma che risposta? Vabbè.
Seriously.
A Southern belle and a lonesome loser who can't catch a break.
Oh, incazzato come un mostro.
Quite the uncanny duo. Would be the perfect stars for the latest video game. Isn't that right, my fairy?
Mia fare che è la nipote che c'è
How
nella...
many years has it been since someone came to chat with us? Oh, but don't ask me about my fairy. That's a private matter.
Va bene.
It's hard to tell what he's thinking, but my eyes can't be deceived.
Ok.
If he's hiding something, it'll come out in his face.
Ah, minchia, c'ha diventato tipo... visual novel.
Letters of appreciation from the governor and the Department of Justice.
Beh, questo quando era in servizio, penso.
They're caked in dust as if he doesn't even care about them.
Tra l'altro qua è anziano come nella Director's Cut dell'1, che ci sono delle scene inedite, tra virgolette, dove fa vedere che lui racconta la storia di quello che succede nell'1 da anziano alla nipote.
This smell.
Come si fa i torcioni, Zack?
Doesn't surprise me at this point, but it'll be problematic in court if they decide his testimony is unreliable.
Beh sì, effettivamente sta parlando da fatto,
I won't
praticamente.
get another chance to talk to him face to face like this. I need to get him to stop smoking that for a bit.
No,
Hey,
sbagliato
Belle.
tasto, cazzo. Cioè i tasti della Switch sul controllo dell'Xbox, dai.
Why are you dressed so handsomely?
Vabbè, è in
What are you
servizio.
talking about?
The thick black accessory wrapped around your neck. That's a male necktie.
Sì. Vabbè, si usa, Zack.
The color black represents confidence and interest in the self. And your decision to wear a male tie symbolizes your declaration of war against a predominantly male society.
Figo. Beh, effettivamente ci sta come ragionamento.
Or perhaps it's a psychological barrier meant to hide the weakness
già.
that dwells deep within your psyche.
Già la sta psicanalizzando.
We admire your bravery.
I thought you retired from profiling.
Bullseye, huh? You're an easy one to read.
Minchia, solo guardando?
In order to think with society, a man must first gouge out his eyes and cut off his ears. Don't judge a book by its cover. For someone who's supposed to have been one of our best, you've got an awful eye for people. Or did all that smoke and kill all your little gray cells?
Okay, Aaliyah, that's enough. She's smart, but she's also more of a shrew than she lets on.
Vabbè, incazzato come un mostro.
Agent Jones, that's sexual harassment.
Ecco, si parla di patriarcato.
So, Belle, does that barrier of yours also protect you from violent criminals?
Mi se la ride. Hai asma?
He's more dangerous than I thought. I can't read him. I'll just have to assault him head on with questions then.
Tocca?
First, I'll try using the files on the table to shake him up.
Aspetta.
Stage 4 progressive malignant tumor.
Ah,
How do humans behave when they know death is just around the corner?
minchia.
And what if that human is also a high-functioning sociopath?
Ai, porco due.
An ornate antique chessboard. Looks like he stopped halfway through the game. But who was playing with him?
Penso alle sue personalità.
These files are from the case that took place just outside of New Orleans in 2005.
Vedi Orleans.
The agent who handled the case
Quando è
was
ambientato
Francis Zach
l'uno?
Morgan.
Mi pare prima del 2005. No, dopo il 2005. Dovrebbe essere. Dipende, mo vediamo quando se c'ha la cicatrice o meno, quella là sugli zigomi.
And now he's sitting right in front of me.
Premi a lungo LB, là sopra, ho letto adesso. Per fare? Che serve questa cosa? Boh, non lo so. Posso fare niente? Va. Indag.
Do you remember the homicides that took place in Le Carré, Louisiana in 2005?
We solved that case.
Mhm.
Your report states the following. By coincidence, you encountered a serious incident in a town you visited while on vacation. You then decided to steal the right to investigate from the local law enforcement and took over the case.
Vabbè, classic Zack.
After several more homicides, you managed to apprehend the perpetrator.
Yes. Yes. Yes, that's exactly what happened. We stole the right to investigate from them, just as you said.
It all started when the body of a 16-year-old girl was discovered.
Ah, la
You
tizia
arrived
del
in
ghiaccio.
Lucare immediately after that, didn't you?
O no?
We just can't seem to keep ourselves away from dead girls.
Citazione all'uno?
Did you really visit that town just to take a vacation?
We don't know. If you already have the report, then we suggest you read it, Belle. Either way, that case is closed.
No, allora mi sa che la tizia nel ghiaccio è recente. No, 2018 infatti.
You sure about that? Don't you think this puzzle is still missing some crucial pieces?
Cioè?
Come on. No need to beat around the bush with us, Belle.
Qua la chiama Belle, quella delle
They
favole.
found Lise Clarkson's body.
Ah,
It was hidden deep within the Clarkson Food Delivery Services cold storage warehouse.
After 14 years, we finally discovered the body of the very first victim.
ah, minchia, dopo 14 anni? Nel ghiaccio così?
Do you know what this means? That's why we're here. The first victim in the case he solved, Lise Clarkson. This is a photograph of what she looks like now. How will he react when he sees it? The body that went missing for 14 years was suddenly discovered frozen in a warehouse. This is some kind of message from the victim to us.
Che senso?
We're pleased that her body turned up. Deeply pleased.
You claim to have closed this case, but now a lost body suddenly surfaced. Aren't you curious about the details?
Body or not, we already solved that case.
Beh, sì, se è stato ritrovato vuol dire che...
Lisa's body can't change anything now, and it certainly has nothing to do with us.
I suspect the body was stored there rather than abandoned, due to the unnatural state it was found in.
Beh, sì, effettivamente.
She was found frozen in a storage unit. Therefore, she looks exactly the same as she did when she disappeared. In fact, she's in such good condition that we can even determine the murder weapon and cause of death.
Well, good for you.
Even stranger is how unbelievably beautiful she looks.
Vabbè, perché è
At
incredibile.
first glance, few would guess she was a murder victim at all.
È stata nel ghiaccio, normale che non si è conservata, no?
She looks more like a piece of art, or a mythological figure from a painting.
This keeps getting better and better.
Better and better?
Isn't that right, my fairy?
Mai feri.
A corpse as beautiful as a goddess. Sounds just like our story. Yes. Yes.
That went okay. Now I'm sure that Morgan's hiding something. I may be able to get what I want if we go deeper into the documents. The person who originally admitted this report was his superior,
Robert Abraham.
Abrahams, current chief of the Boston branch. According to Chief Abrahams, Morgan's got his own modus operandi. It's not something that others should interfere with.
Sì, è
Well, Chief,
un ragazzo particolare.
look what that's gotten us into now. That chessboard looks rather old. And you can't even buy those ivory pieces anymore.
Right. They were banned by the CITES Treaty.
Ah, ok.
That was made in France in the 1900s.
Ok.
We know it's in bad taste, but the weight of the ivory just feels so good in our hands.
You play chess alone?
Is that a crime?
Beh, effettivamente.
No. But it's a hard game to enjoy when you're all by yourself.
He's probably just replicating famous games. Or trying to solve problems from a chess workbook. Right, Morgan? I may not look it, but I'm actually a bit of a chess nut myself. When I was in school, I used to pore over every issue of Chess Life, the magazine published by the U.S. Chess Federation.
Well, unfortunately, your guess is completely wrong, Agent Jones. He isn't replicating a famous game, nor is he solving workbook
No,
problems.
sta giocando con qualcun altro.
There isn't a single chess book to be found in this apartment. And I didn't find any chess-related websites in his internet history. He was simply playing chess. All
Beh, sì.
So, what's wrong with that, Belle?
I don't understand it. How could a single human being seriously play as both sides?
You
Con
just
due mani.
publicly confessed to stealing personal data.
Beh, sì, effettivamente. Mi serve spiegare la cronologia.
Seems like that's a much bigger problem.
Oh no. Everything was done in a perfectly legal manner. We simply happened to intercept a handful of data being sent out from an unknown origin.
Ooh, now she's really trying to scare us. Did you hear that, my fairy? Serious nightmare fuel.
Ne frega proprio un cazzo. Visore. Mentre prosegue il gioco puoi trovare utili indizi tramite il visore. Premi lungo le buse. Ah, ok. Quindi?
The person who originally
Vabbè.
Morgan. Well, Chief, look at that. You may be wondering why we decided to unearth all these old files.
Everything happens for a reason.
Giusto.
The moment Lise Clarkson's body was found, we did the best we could to start our own local investigation. But there
Ok.
wasn't much we could actually investigate due to the damage caused by the hurricane.
Then we assume you also questioned everyone who worked in the warehouse.
Of course. We questioned all the Clarkson Food Delivery Services employees who staffed the warehouse and its owner. But we still have yet to obtain any key testimonies.
Par for the course with a 14-year-old case, if you ask me.
Beh, sì.
Not to mention how bad the timing was. Most of the employees were on vacation.
So, you gave up on the investigation and came to see us instead.
Sì, pensa che culo.
Remember what happened, my fairy? That warehouse. That man. So incoherent. Such a pain.
Hey, are you talking about the guy who managed the vault where Lisa's body was found? Yeah, I think he started working there in 2005.
Ok.
Remember, Aaliyah? You said he was a pain to deal with, too.
Non rispondo.
A large man, yes? No need to answer. If you don't want to, I'm sure you've already put him under surveillance. Textbook FBI protocol.
Beh, sì, effettivamente.
Isn't there someone else you should have talked to
Beh, ok.
before coming to us? Such as...
We were unable to reach Patricia Clarkson. You look surprised.
Musica
I
andata?
thought you already knew. After all, you visited Louisiana last week.
Lei è andata in
We
Louisiana?
assumed you met with her during your time there.
Ok.
We haven't been to Louisiana. Not in 14 years.
Is that so?
We've been right here in our apartment this entire time. That man is our witness. Aren't you, Simon?
He's right. He didn't even take a single step outside on Christmas Eve, which means that I didn't get to either.
Are you positive about that? I took the liberty of checking some airline records. Last Friday, the name Billy Bishop was listed on a morning flight out of Boston.
Ok.
This is the fake name you used to use as an agent, isn't it?
A mere coincidence.
Yet that's not all.
Beh, sì, effettivamente può essere un omonimo.
That evening on the same day, a man with a large scar on his forehead allegedly purchased an '89 Cadillac from a small used car lot in Le Carré.
Ah,
He reportedly said he wanted something old, big, and strong. The owner of the car lot felt it was a strange order, so it stuck in his mind.
Our world is filled with mysteries, and they always have the most bizarre timing.
Incidentally, on the following day, an identical Cadillac was taken to a scrapyard in Trenton,
ok.
New Jersey.
You can find that type of car anywhere. Isn't that right, my fairy?
Ok.
Morgan's right. Everything happens for a
Sono
reason.
molto preso, scusate se sto parlando poco, ma sono molto preso.
Even this messy room. There must be a reason for it.
Ok.
Especially when it comes to those strangely tidy spots. They're practically begging me to question.
Beh sì, effettivamente cioè, l'ho notato da mezz'ora, c'è stato questo triangolo pulitissimo qua sopra sul tavolo.
This room's a total mess. But certain spots look perfectly clean.
Sì.
Is it just a coincidence?
Che vuoi un triangolo?
No. There are no coincidences with this man.
Beh sì.
DVDs are all over the place. I know that he's a shut-in, but this still seems like way too many for one person.
Vabbè, Morgan è sempre stato un fan del cinema comunque.
And I've never heard of any of these titles before. Stage 4 progress. How do humans, and what if that...
Ok. Molto lunga sta
Mr.
parte.
Morgan, I found several spots in this room that look strangely clean. Did you tidy up a bit because you knew we were coming?
Those are sanctuaries. They've existed from the start.
Santuari.
Sanctuaries.
That's right. Sacred places.
Ok.
Hovels for pure souls, if you will.
Were there originally objects in those hovels? Something you didn't want us to see?
The soul's still there.
Ok.
We haven't touched a thing. But we know you can't see anything.
Non penso.
Hey, Simon, don't touch the sanctuary.
Cazzato nero.
Sorry.
That's a sanctuary. Don't ever touch it again. You've been watching us for 4.5 years, and you couldn't even figure that much out?
My bad. It's my first time actually coming inside, you know.
Fatto
You're
preso pure il
earning far
cazziatone.
more than you deserve, then. What were you doing all day in that black Suburban? We thought wiretapping was your specialty. Don't tell me. Crossword puzzles. What do you think, my fairy? 4.5 years. All that time.
Lo sta
To show
massacrando.
for it.
Crossword puzzles? No way. Come on, I thought you knew. I'm a Sudoku guy.
Ah,
Agent Jones,
Oh, right.
he's completely taken control of the conversation. At this rate, we'll never get anywhere.
eh sì.
I need to press him some more. Agent Jones. The briefcase isn't even that big. Does he have pizza menus stuffed inside there or something?
Ma che sta cercando?
Agent Jones, did you find the files?
Meno male, stai fabbricando. Greenvale.
Mr. Morgan,
Deadly Premonition
do you
1.
recognize these files?
Vabbè, ma questo è... Oh, cazzo.
Whoa!
Ah,
Ow!
We told you. That's a sanctuary.
Let him go! Assaulting an FBI agent is an obstruction of
told you.
justice.
We told you. Go. Ah! Stay back. Stay back. Sanctuary. Down. Surrounded.
madonna. Ce la fa manca a parlare.
Ah! Ah! Ah!
Ah, il rosso.
Mr. Morgan?
Sta sanguinando
Cut my
di...
finger with that can opener this morning. I thought I stopped the bleeding, but it seeped through. How could I be so stupid? Everything should be fine now. I'm sorry for being so careless. I made sure to read through your file and learn about your condition. The color red. Such an unusual thing to fear. Please, accept my deepest apologies.
I'm sorry too, Mort. I don't know what I was thinking. I'll never touch one of your... And no more red, either.
Sa perché c'ha questa paura del rosso?
Don't
Minchia, però è tutto proprio male, poraccio.
touch one. I told them not to.
Now, may we return to our discussion?
Don't worry. I won't let them touch you again.
Ormai è proprio nel suo mondo.
Strangely enough, this man has a fear of the color red. And I
Ok.
believe that fear is connected to the Greenville case.
Sì, però nell'uno, nel caso di Greenvale, non c'aveva, cioè, sta paura, cioè, è incentrato sul colore rosso per la questione di un seme particolare. Però non mi sembra che ci avesse sta paura del rosso dopo il caso, quando finisce Deadly Premonition 1.
The files on the serial killings that shocked
2010,
Washington
ecco,
State
quindi
in
sì.
2010,
Ricordavo bene.
officially titled the Greenville case.
Cioè,
I never thought I'd take out files from a case I first heard about on the news. Mr. Morgan, I'd like to ask you some questions about this case now.
We don't want to remember that town.
è rimasto proprio traumatizzato comunque da Greenvale dopo Deadly Premonition 1,
I'm
praticamente.
sorry, but there's no way around this. I remember hearing about this case on the news when I was still a student. A high school girl named Anna Graham was murdered, and the FBI stepped in to take over the case.
Cioè,
I also remember it becoming a sprawled investigation due to evidence found in the victim's throat. Is that correct?
cioè,
After that case, you went on sick leave for 2 years.
ah,
And when
ok.
you returned, you requested to be switched over to desk work. What happened?
That's a private matter. None of your business, Bill.
Were you traumatized? It's a common problem with prolific agents such as yourself. But there's another possibility that may make more sense.
2 anni di pausa dopo il caso di Greenvale,
Perhaps.
ok.
You simply finished making preparations.
What are you getting at?
Thinking too much about something will always turn it into a problem. The Greenvale case.
Sì?
Don't you think it resembles the Luke Carre case?
Il fatto che sono coinvolte ragazze molto giovani.
Read the report. We have nothing else to say.
I just need one more push. One more thing that can summon up the past. A jar of honey with honeycomb inside it.
Buono.
There's nothing strange about it, but it still gives me a weird feeling.
È buono.
Looks like another old antique.
Ok.
He collects milk cartons but treats valuable antiques like trash. What's going on in his head?
Effettivamente. Ah, sono proprio cartoni di... Pensavo fossero lì da bere, invece sono collezionati proprio. Eccola.
A picture of a leaf. This isn't just a picture of any leaf. The belief in truth begins with the doubt of all truths in which one has
quest'altra parla
previously
per
believed. It's time to get
poemi
down to business.
filosofici.
Mr. Morgan, please look at this.
Vai.
What did we just say? We don't want to remember Greenvale.
Io sono proprio rimasto
This
traumatizzato
isn't
da
a
Greenville.
photo from Greenvale. Look closely at it. Former Special Agent Francis Zach Morgan.
No, non è l'albero di Greenville questo, però è un altro albero, cioè c'entrano gli alberi.
This photograph predates Greenvale. It's from the Lucare case you worked on in 2005.
Mhm.
Red.
Ecco.
Red tree. Red tree.
Yes, a red tree. Greenvale wasn't the first place you saw one of these.
Ok.
The Greenvale case and the Lise Clarkson murder case.
Vabbè che nell'uno il rosso, cioè vabbè, c'è una roba che riguarda l'albero rosso che sarebbe poi spoiler, però quindi vuol dire che c'è una situazione simile anche
They're
qui.
connected by these red trees, aren't they?
Red trees.
Gli alberi rossi sono, meglio, quello che produce l'albero rosso è usato nell'uno per fare una determinata cosa.
Answer me. What are these trees?
Red trees.
I want the truth. Tell me everything you know.
The red trees. You really did your homework. Well done, Belle.
Sei gasato.
You're good. Damn good.
Are you ready to talk now? I want to know what went down in Le Carré in 2005.
Pronto.
Fine. We'll tell you.
Vai che si
We'll
inizia.
tell you what happened in that town. Yes. It was that red tree. That red tree ruined my life.
Minchia, addirittura.
It was a sultry summer day. The sun comes down hard on you in the south, like a torrential downpour of demonic whispers. It all started back in that sweltering summer. We still had our best friend with us back then. The other me. My better half.
C'era ancora York. Ah, inizia così? Ah, giusto, minchia, me l'ero scordata questa.
Never a choice. When somebody needs you, you can't turn away. You're their only lifeline, just a hero, a bullet for hire, working alone.
Ma quanto serie TV anni 2000?
Always a voice, a cry in the darkness, an echo of pain that's been long forgotten, but it haunts me, my destiny to be alone.
C'era copyright, vabbè, sti cazzi.
There's a time when you see life for what it's gotta be. You should know they'll destroy you. No call to me to keep searching, walk alone.
Bella la intro. Anzi, la opening. Quindi tutto è incentrato sugli alberi rossi. Però... Mm. Caricamento lungo.
Zach.
Ecco. E direi che qui ci possiamo fermare.